I was a young dire wolf, freshly dispersed from my pack to seek out a new life. The goal? Find a better pack. I was no hunter, nor a fighter, and I had to rely on others to help me. My old pack couldn't do that, so I needed to find a new one. My journey started out in the marshes. It was night, and I was trying to stay hidden among the shadows, but suddenly a scent hit me, and I realized to my horror that I was in a saber-tooth's territory. It was best to stay out of there for now. Every spot I went to felt like it was claimed by a furious feline, and I was struggling to find safety. Finally, it seemed, I was in the clear. To keep myself safe, I marked the area with a howl. Better to start securing land than roam into others. Eventually, I found a deer thing, and I don't remember what it's called, so you can yell at me all you want, I don't care. And like the pro hunter I am, I got to it without spooking it once. I'm just kidding, I spent like 20 minutes chasing it around until I actually got it, surprisingly. That was my first kill ever in this game. Anyways, I decided to take a nom at the deer when I suddenly got a pack invite from someone, and I joined. Finally, a pack. A saber-tooth began claiming the territory I was eating in, so I decided to venture off and find my new pack, carrying my awesome prize with me. Maybe it would impress them. After running for what felt like years, I saw my new pack in the distance. Nervously, I approached them, holding onto my support deer thing. Just ignore the fact that I killed it earlier. It's fine, he's fine, Jerry's fine. Oddly enough, they are resting in a saber-tooth's territory, and I remained cautious. Could this be a trap? The pack was surrounded by what seemed like peaceful bison, but I stayed back, nervous. I did begin to get a little impatient, so I edged my way forward, closer to the others. The pack didn't really seem to care. They made like some snort noises at me or something. I'm not really sure what that was. So I eventually just set down my dead pet to show it off. Then I sat down and decided to watch and see what was going on. Were they trying to hunt the bison, befriend them, or were they protecting us from something? Then my pet despawned and I got sad. The pack started moving and I wasn't stupid, so I stuck very, very close. The lurking saber-tooth was more than intimidating, and I did not want to be alone around that creature. We went around claiming more territory when suddenly the game told me that I was the leader? What? So I stood there confused with everyone staring at me, and I noticed fighting in the distance, so I walked over to check it out. But right as I left, a saber-tooth appeared and started attacking the others. So I rushed back to help, and we managed to scare it into a tree. But what was going on? There was fighting everywhere, chaos. I didn't want to fight. I just wanted to survive and keep my new pack safe. I spent a few days there scavenging off of carcasses from battles and bringing them to the others. Until I eventually decided this pack was weird as heck. All they did was scavenge off of fights between animals, and that was too chaotic for me to be around. So, with a final glance, I abandoned the pack as their leader and began the journey to follow the stream. A horse wasn't very happy about that though, but I escaped. And so, I continued my journey following the stream. Why? I have no idea. I just felt like it was the right thing to do, and it gave me the opportunity to find a new pack on the way downstream. A pack had claimed the territory I was trudging through, and I wasn't sure how hostile they were. They seemed distracted, so I had the chance to flee. I wasn't interested in large packs anymore, not after what happened earlier. I needed to find a smaller group that could be built on. Later on, I heard a rustling sound and froze, looking around. I noticed there was a dead creature across the water, and I'm not one to give up on free food, so I hurried down and began eating. But I noticed a group of saber-tooths in the distance, watching me, so naturally, I fled, tail tucked and hid on the other side of the river, slowly creeping away to continue my journey. As I walked, I noticed a wolf resting, and trotted over to inspect and maybe form a friendship with them. Sadly, they turned out to be dead. Oh shoot, wrong key. What was the sound again? Okay, there we go. A harsh lesson as to why I need to find a pack, and quickly, or else I could end up just like this dead wolf. A new pack had invited me to join them, and I gladly accepted. There was only 3 members, a perfect start. The leader of the pack quickly found me, and we united with lots of tail wags and happy yips. Finally, a good start. Not too big of a pack, no enemies in sight, a new companion. And she left. Okay, cool. I don't want to be the leader, stop forcing this on me! So I continued again. Would I even find anything at the end of this river stream thing? I don't know. but I refused to give up on what I started. Then, just as quickly as I'd been abandoned, I got invited to a new pack. This time with someone named, Goku? The pack was scattered throughout the map, so I was in no hurry to meet anyone. I had a journey to complete. Once the pack found a designated spot to meet up at, I would meet them there. I was getting hungry, so I decided to hunt my first rabbit. I was cautious and slow until it noticed me and we broke into a chase. After a long while, I managed to secure my jaws on the creature and claim victory. The hunt had tired me greatly, so I decided now was a good time to rest. I later woke up to the sound of a horse running by. Would it be worth it to hunt it? No, PTSD. Then the rain began. This night couldn't get any worse, so I went and took shelter underneath a tree. The chances of lightning hitting it are like 1 in a million, right? While sleeping, a wolf approached me. I thought it was one of my packmates, but they quickly ran off, and I learned they were a stranger after all. Despite the rain, I decided that was my cue to continue my journey. I was lucky that wolf didn't attack, and I needed to find a safer place. Right as I began to feel more confident, the pack leader died, leaving me alone once again. It seemed hopeless at this point. I was now nearing the coastal line, my hunger almost halfway gone, but then I saw it, a dead horse. I made sure the area was safe before making my way over to eat. I howled thanks to the horse's body before departing. With the sun slowly rising and me nearing the beach, I noticed the abundance of prey around me. There was food, water, and no enemies here. Finally, I made it to the beach, and the water had a calming splash to its sound. I began to investigate. The salty air was overwhelming, but in a nice way. And then I saw it in the distance, a large, dead whale. I made my way over. This would last me a long time. While I strolled, a saber-tooth approached me, and I froze. Surely he won't see me behind this rock, right? Well, he did, but it was alright. He turned out to be friendly. So, after the journey across the lands, through 3 different packs, battles, and injuries, there was finally hope. I had kept myself alive. I scavenged, hunted, defended, and fled. The direwolf who once feared being alone was gone. I had survived. It was decided then and there, if I was going to belong to a pack, it would be one of my own. A pack of one, built on my terms within my territory, and I finally gave myself a name and a pack. The beach was my new home, and now I would defend it. I had finally found my place.